everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Language Talks. Today, we will talk to a Hindi teacher with 36 years of distinguished teaching experience across various renowned educational institutions. She has a proven innovation and leadership track record in curriculum development and student engagement. Let's talk to her and learn about her journey. Welcome to the show, Poonam.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
I would like to start by asking you what inspired you to pursue teaching and how did your career evolve?
Okay. So, at a very early age, actually, I got married at the age of 21. And soon after my marriage, I didn't wanted to sit at home. And the background from my family is like everyone, fortunately, is a teacher. Somebody are teaching in college, somebody is teaching in school, and my mom herself was a teacher. And I just wanted to utilize my time and my education in a better way, I wanted to spend time in a better way. So I joined an Air Force school because my husband was in defense. So I got a very good opportunity, and that was my first interview of my life, which I cracked. And it was an achievement for me, of course.
That is fantastic.
Okay. So from there, my journey started.
Right, long back. So, how did it evolve later?
So it was a very beautiful incident actually. I was teaching, and my principal ma'am at that time, Mrs. Saroj Sawant, she just called me and she just said to me that Poonam, you have just done graduation, and why don't you try for your B.Ed? So she was so motivating and she inspired me. And I just thought, when she's telling me something and she's guiding me, mentoring me, why not to try? And I applied for my B.Ed. And
Okay.
that was a very good step where I learned the basic things, how to teach, and how to deal with your teaching strategies and all. So that was a very nice step she motivated me for. So,
Oh, that's a very good thing. Yes. You have done teachers training programs from Cambridge and Finland. That is great. So, can you tell us more about it?
gee, ma'am, Cambridge and Cambridge diploma I have done for teachers and trainers, and I have done Finland course also, which is basically for early childhood education and care. So दोनों में
Okay.
कोई, खास difference नहीं है, but of course it focuses on reflective practice, and it also reflects on teaching practices, that what kind of teaching practices we should do. Then student engagement, learning outcomes, it focuses on that
Okay.
also. Then
Mhm.
it emphasizes on learner centered approaches, which
Mhm.
where we tailor the planning, or you can say the curriculum is designed in such a way that everyone is
Mhm.
benefited from that planning, and
Mhm.
everyone's
Mhm.
needs are catered. Then
Okay.
global standards, yes, of course, because we are teaching in international schools, so we have to set the global standards, because different
Mhm.
nationalities and different students are studying, expats are studying, so we have to cater to their needs also. Then it
Yeah.
has the Cambridge diploma had the modular structure of the course,
Okay.
where we have to complete the modules, and it was
Mhm.
it was very minute information that you have to keep a record, so that you can
Okay.
reflect on your teaching strategies and all.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
how we have to do the assessment, whether it is successful or not, or what improvement we have to do in our assessment process. So it
Mhm.
focuses on that. And
Mhm.
the course which I have done in Finland pedagogy, it
Mhm.
focused on the holistic development. And
Okay.
it also it's a beautiful program because it focuses on playway learning, that how
Okay.
you have to give the opportunities to the very young ones, young learners, and through play, they will learn. And it also focuses on individual support, that each and every child is very important in school, in class. How you will tackle with them, how you will do the hand holding with them. Then strengthening the social skills and well-being is very, very important. So we focus on that right from the childhood, through our plays, through our ways. We focus how social skills can be developed, because in the coming time or in the present scenario, if we see, these are the skills that needs to be developed, which are going to help the children in their future also. So,
Okay.
and it also fosters the environmental awareness, which is very, very important, which is done
Yes.
through the field trips. You take the child to the post office, let them see the process,
Oh,
how it is
okay.
done. The students are taken to the railway stations, let them see how the TT is checking the tickets, how the train, how the reservations are done. So to give the experiential learning, we focus a lot in this. Then we
Okay.
incorporate family and community engagement also, and
Okay.
support language and communication development, because different languages, as we can see, it's not the time that we know only one or two languages. It's the time that we are polyglots. So
Sure.
yes, so it's like that. And we also encourage to be the curious and enthusiastic learners and be
Oh,
a
okay.
lifelong learner. That curiosity should always be there. So these are the main points of these courses actually.
Oh, so that is quite extensive.
G. G.
What principles guide your approach to educating students in Hindi?
So it was my passion for this language actually, which,
Okay.
because being a country language, which connects right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and from Gujarat to West Bengal, this is a
Right.
common language which binds Indians, and the main was the love for the language and the cultural immersion through storytelling. So when I take my classes, I try to make it more interesting, and just we involve the different elements in that. We will discuss about culture, we will discuss about literature, how rich it is, why you should take this language. So these are few things that guides guides me, in fact.
Wow. So this is a passion-driven profession, I would say, that you are pursuing.
जी, बिल्कुल, yes.
Poonam, how would you describe your teaching philosophy?
Okay, so my teaching philosophy is like, I really, first of all, appreciate you for asking me this question. For me, ma'am, children are like magicians. You know, you give them some work, you are expecting something, but final result is something very, very miraculous. And they just surprise me with their work, with their talks, and I am just surprised. They give a lot of positive energy to me. Because of that, I am able to teach them in a very positive way. And we should never stop children to ask any silly questions also. We should always,
Okay.
class should be very, very encouraging, very, very motivating, so that each and every child feels very valued in class. And they should come with a lot of passion, lot of energy, lot of enthusiasm to learn. Yes, we are going to learn something. And as I tell to my children, that you have come to me now in this 40 minutes of period, whatever you learn, you have to tell me before you leave this class. So
Okay.
every time they build up with the confidence, yes, we are learning something. In this 40 minutes, something new we are going to learn. And in fact, I praise them. If they ask any silly questions, I just tell each and every child that you should not stop anyone. Let the child ask the question. Let that doubt is not there. And we should not work in like just thinking, assuming that yes, the child has understood and we skip some part of the concept. No, that should
Yes.
never be there. We have to make each and everything very, very clear. And there should be
Okay.
a repetition of the work so that if by chance, because of the short time, the concentration time span, someone has missed something, that can be reiterated. के अलावा, I also tell them the relevance. Relevance, if they understand that why am I learning Hindi? What is the relevance of that in my life? How is it going to be useful to me? Unless and until the child understands that, they will not give importance to their learning. So relevance has to be very, very clear to the children so that they take interest and they take the ownership of their learning also. And I emphasize also on interaction. When they come to my class, I at least 5 to 7 minutes, I give them the time to just express themselves so that whatever is there in their heart or their mind, let them talk about it. And then we start our class. So these
Okay.
have been my methodology actually.
Okay.
Building the rapport with the students helps you a lot. If the child like the teacher, the child will like the subject also. That is
Yes,
something
that
very
is so
important.
true.
Ji.
Poonam, you are also conducting corporate sessions. So, how are they different from the usual Hindi lessons that you teach at school or other institutions?
There are different challenges, of course, individual attention to my learners. And it is something very, very different what I do in the classroom. So there's a lot of cultural sharing. There's a lot of other topics like, okay, what is the currency? How do you calculate that? Then what is the politics in your country? Then what are the main the costumes? Like we have sari or we have ethnic dresses.
Oh,
So, what are your these things, dresses maybe? Then food and
right.
drinks. What are the food and drinks that you people prefer? And then we share the recipes also, ingredients,
Oh,
and
is
then
it?
we share the recipes also. And the sessions are very, very involving, very interesting, and when you share the culture, you understand the country also. Alawa, then I take them to the field trips for their experiential learning. Jaise I
Okay.
have taken my students to Kelkar Museum. I have
Yes, okay.
taken them to Aga Khan Palace. Ki what is the history
Uh-huh.
behind that? Then
Correct.
I have taken them to where I wanted them to interact with people. So I have taken them to malls that they will
Mm-hmm.
give order if they are in the restaurants, if they are sitting in
Okay.
Starbucks or any other
Mm-hmm.
restaurant, and then they will ask about the things in Hindi. They have to communicate. So these are the basic practical training I give them so that I can enhance confidence in them for the communication skills. So it's more of practice and experiential learning. I have taken them to
Okay.
ISKCON temple just
Oh,
to tell
okay.
that what is the story behind, because we Indians have story behind every festival. So
Yes.
I connect to them that whether even you have the same culture, so they will tell me about that. Iske alawa, ma'am, it was very interesting to know that when I was teaching one of Thai student, I came to know that lotus is called Kamal in Hindi. Lotus,
Mhm.
Kamal is also called in Thai language also, which means lotus only.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Then in
Interesting.
Hindi we
Yes.
say sanduk for the chest.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Russian also they call as sanduk. It's the same.
Oh,
So it was a very good exchange of language, literature. So it like only teaching, but I'm learning at the same time, and the other person is also benefited. So
right.
and the feedback which I got, ma'am, it was really nice. Somebody said it was a mental yoga session for us. Somebody said that it was a very healing session for us. And somebody like it was very nice. It was good for me to hear these terminologies, that they are enjoying and they're learning.
So, while teaching at school or corporate level or in institutions, what are some of the challenges that you face?
So, as it is a language, and
Mm-hmm.
there are Japanese students, there are American students, there are
Mm-hmm.
Finnish students, uh,
Mm-hmm.
like from different nationalities, they have come. So
Okay.
I have to start right from scratch. But before taking that first step, I have to
Mm-hmm.
tell them again the relevance that you are in
Mm-hmm.
India, and if you want to connect locally to the
Mm-hmm.
people, you need to learn this
Mm-hmm.
language. Uh, so it is a challenging task because my planning has to be tailored as per the need of each and every child, and
Yeah.
differentiated instructions has to be created so that that
Mm.
instruction is given um, in so that the child is able to understand. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, the interest needs to be created, maintained, so that that consistency of interest from the student
Mm-hmm.
side to learn the language, that has to be there. So to maintain that, I have to plan my strategies in such a way that it is actually a basket of different things, where they are
Okay.
talking, they are
Mm-hmm.
creating a scene, where they have the hand-on activities, where I take them to the field trips, where I take them for
Mm-hmm.
the morning walks, so that they get the experiential learning. Some fun games I need to create. Some digital games I have to create. I have to be so prompt then
Oh.
that I have the quick links, so that I can show them whatever that
Mm-hmm.
the need is. So these are the
Mm-hmm.
challenges, and the second challenge in a
Mm-hmm.
long journey of this 36 years, it was really challenging that I joined one of the school in Pune only as a
Mm-hmm.
primary teacher. And
Okay.
unfortunately, the teacher who was teaching the higher classes, all of a sudden
Mm-hmm.
she left, and I was approached to teach from grade 1 to grade 12. And now,
Okay.
again, it was a CIE school, Cambridge International Education School, where I was supposed to teach a grade 10th, 11th, and 12th. So to
Mm-hmm.
teach them, I have spent a lot of sleepless night, where I
Oh,
I
okay.
worked because I have to first understand what is AS at A level, how I need to, what kind of books are there, how I have to teach them. Actually, this teaching job is actually very challenging. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that I have taken all these challenges in a very positive way.
So there is a lot of integration of technology nowadays while teaching. So how has it impacted your teaching Hindi as a language?
Yes, because it is a time where pen and paper is, of course, for the beginners level, it is very important. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, as the time has demanded the digital tools also. So there
Mm-hmm.
should be a very wise blend of both pen and paper and digital learning also. So but it gave me chance to learn a lot of AI tools and how to deal with digital tools. It has in I have involved in a way, I can say, because at the time of Corona, when there was a transition right from pen paper to totally digital world, where you were supposed to take the online classes and then online
Right.
tasks, all these things where it was mostly digital. So I was
Mm-hmm.
really happy that I'll give the credit to my school also for that, that they have always upskilled us, how to do the things, how they have really educated us with the PD sessions. And I also took a lot of initiative, and through my networking, I have attended a lot of workshops. Until date, I am doing that, because every day there's something new digitally also that you really need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
yes, and that has kept me very upskilled, I can say.
A language is constantly evolving and there are a lot of new trends coming. Then there are linguistic changes and teaching methodologies are changing. So, how do you stay updated with all these things?
Uh, as I just said, ma'am, I have a very good networking WhatsApp groups we have where we all Hindi teachers are connected. We do a lot of sharing. We share our best practices, which is working out for us. And we attend to the workshops, to the seminars, which are online and offline conducted. And then we have our PD sessions in the schools also where we upskill ourselves like in this way we share a lot. We help each other through a lot of task sheet, you can say, or how to create a PPT, or which AI tool is working, which can really help us, because this is the time when quick things are needed, and
Yes.
AI is, of course, very, very helpful. So, and about the changes, as you said, yes, it is a very evolving language, and there are rules and regulations which are time to time changed also. So, through these network, we come to know and we are connected. We share the information and we share the knowledge also.
Oh, that's such a nice thing. Poonam, I'm sure there must have been many memorable moments in your career while teaching. So, can you share with us a few of them?
Actually, each day I can say is a very new day for me and for my children also. When I meet, they just make it very special.
Mhm.
A few actually examples. I'll just quote one example where I was teaching to my grade 2 students,
Mhm.
and I was just telling them that children, please study well, and that is going to help you in your future life also. And and it has been my a very hardcore principle that whenever I have taught anyone, they have never failed in life. So
Oh,
one of
good.
the child, very cutely, very innocently, he stood up and he said,
Mhm.
Miss, is this your world record?
Oh,
So,
so
so
sweet.
that was really cute. And अक्सर ऐसा होता है मैम कि
Mhm.
children are very small because I teach the smaller ones. So
Mhm.
one of the child said accidentally, she just said, instead of ma'am, she just said mama. And then
Oh.
all of a sudden, she just felt very embarrassed that, oh, what I have done, I'm calling my teacher
Mhm.
as mama. So, just to make her comfortable and just to normalize the environment of the class, I just said, it's okay, baby. In school, of course, I am your mom because I look after you, I look after your studies. So it's fine totally. And then after that, everything was very normal. Otherwise, reactions could be seen from each and every face, and she was very
Right.
embarrassed actually. So these are the small incidents, but it touches my heart, and I I really think that I should have a platform where I can just quote every day one incident of the children, so that people listen to it and they can enjoy.
Absolutely. Being in this career for a very long time, teaching Hindi to various students, can you tell us what qualities or skills are essential for someone aspiring to teach Hindi at various levels?
First of all, you have to be very, very self-motivated. There is no one who will come and tell you, oh my God, you have to motivate yourself, you have to do this. No, you are whole soul responsible for your career, for your learning, for your upskilling, for everything. So that is
Mhm.
one thing. You should have a very open-mindedness, and you should be very enthusiastic to accept the changes. That is something
Okay.
very, very important, that because the life is constantly, every second it is changing, so that
Mhm.
adaptability to the changes has to be there. Then only you can survive.
Mhm.
Your skills,
Okay.
whether it is your research skills, thinking skills, communication skills, teamwork, whatever it is, that has to be upskilled on a
Spot on.
daily basis. You should feel the difference, more than anyone telling you. You are responsible and you have to take the ownership of that. So these are the
Okay.
main, actually, basic things what a teacher needs to follow.
Okay. And then, as a Hindi educator, what are your best practices?
So, as I told you before, that to connect each and every child is very important for me, and because my father was in defense, because my husband was in defense, so we have most of the places in India we have seen, and India has a vast culture, and through something or the other, I picked up the language because of that. So little bit of Malayalam, little bit of Punjabi, little bit of Gujarati, little bit of Marathi. So this helps me to connect to each and every child in my class. Once you have a reputation with your children, it's the process of learning and uh, rendering the knowledge becomes very easy.
Inculcating moral values for young children at a young age is very important. And you're doing it already as a Hindi educator. It is very important, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. It is very, very, very important because we can feel, we can see in and around that the way the moral values were kept before, or the attributes which were seen before, to some extent, we all can feel that it is vanishing somewhere. So,
Mhm.
and we have such a beautiful culture that even the foreigners try to adopt the our Indian culture, whether it is about our literature, whether it is about our yoga, or whether it is about our Vedas or a religious culture. Like, people get attracted and they come to India just to heal themselves.
Mm.
I can say it,
Yeah.
to get connected spiritually. I feel
Mm.
values should be embedded in them right from a very early age. And this is
Mm.
the whole sole responsibility of parents, of grandparents, that they have to do this. We start our classes with like I can the practices which I do in my school. I start my classes with Gayatri mantra.
Okay.
So whether it is from any nationality, but they learn those this one mantras, or you can say Gayatri mantras, and where I tell them the meaning of that. And people, the students, if they know any other shlokas or any other mantras, they of course share it in the class also. So that's a very nice way to start, very positive way to
Mm.
start the class also. Then skit on moral values, which
Mhm.
I start right from the grade one, from a very early age. I start doing the skit. If I have told them some story, it is moral based. If they are doing
Mm.
any skit, it is moral based. So
Okay.
knowingly or unknowingly, they are developing these kind of attributes.
Mm.
They are learning
Mm.
the right things. So,
Mm.
and these values should not be lost. So, as a teacher, as an educator, I try to do my part of the responsibility in school. But through your podcast, I'll really request the parents, if they can sit with them, talk to them, or try to teach them our Indian things, values. It will be really nice.
You write poems and stories. So, can you recite one of your poems to us? It's a request.
uh, sure, ma'am. So there was a competition in West Bengal
Mhm.
where I took part, and the twist in this competition was that they have just given us a few words, not
Mhm.
even a sentence, just few words, and we have to create a poem.
Mhm.
So it was very interesting. And I still remember it was 26th January when I sat and I wrote this poem, totally engrossed in those few words, and I created this poem. So the words which were given for this poem was मैं, वो, और चाय की टपरी.
Okay.
These were the words. So I created this. मैं, वो और चाय की टपरी। संज्ञा भी, सर्वनाम भी, सृजनात्मक कौशल की मिसाल भी, कविता में शब्दों को पिरोने की लगन। विषय मैं, वो और चाय की टपरी। एक सादी साधारण दुकान सी, एक उदार और भाव उजागर का स्थान भी, गर्म प्याली और बातों में सेकते हाथ भी। चल पड़े बस मैं, वो चाय की टपरी पर। जज्बाती की गर्म जोशी की चाय, प्रेमियों और कर्मचारियों की चाय, कुछ रिश्ते बढ़ाने तो कभी गम घटाने की चाय। स्थान बस वही, मैं, वो और चाय की टपरी। कुछ होती बातें राजनीति की, तो कुछ तकरार की, कुछ प्यार की, कुछ घर बार की, कुछ समझ और समझाने की। स्थान बस वही, मैं और चाय की टपरी। रोज अनोखी चाय की टपरी के सिलसिले दे गए जीवन में अनोखे लम्हे। रोज की मुलाकातों से पनप गए प्यार के कुछ सहज सपने। समझौता उड़ा ले गया गर्मी का धुआं, बस वही, मैं, वो और चाय की टपरी। आज भी, आज भी हम बुढ़ापे में आते यहाँ, करते जवानी के पलों को बयां। वो यही तो है जो जीवन साथी बने, इसीलिए मैं, वो और चाय की टपरी पर आज भी हैं साथ यहीं खड़े। धन्यवाद।
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
So it all happens at the chai ki tapri, like they
Yes,
say.
but this is not true. This is all my imagination. But it was totally based on my observation because it takes 1.5 hour for me to one side to go to my school. So
Oh, okay.
the poem was created totally on my observation, and then I just gave it a imaginative story.
Oh, but it's very nice. Thank you for reciting.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. It was a nice discussion, Poonam, and I came to know a lot of things about your career as a Hindi educator. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling me for this podcast. And it was a great opportunity for me also. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me in conversation with Poonam. See you in the next episode with a new guest with his or her passion for languages. Till then, have a good day. Bye bye.